Welcome back to another wet, wild, and freezing cold day in the southern part of the United States. I'm Khalil G. Welcome back to the channel. Last time I spoke to you guys about my boat was me just trying to clean it up, and I was actually trying to get it ready for an actual excursion. I was thinking about going out and fishing that day, but then again, it ended up looking like it does now, where everything is super wet and sloppy and rainy. It just looks really bad out here. Last time I came back here, the leaves were dry. You can hear that wet crunch. So aside from it being cold, I've come to take a peek at my favorite place, my boat. It's one of my favorite things, and wow, look at that. I'm building a pond for myself here. I wonder if I can go ahead and, oh yeah, that's a lot of water. That's heavy. I'm not even sure if we can get that over there without dropping it in the boat. The intended purpose for today's video is fairly simple. This piece right here, this rubber stopper, is not supposed to be this one. This is for the V-hole. They put it in sideways. I can see it screwed in this way. The bolt's here, you know, then it connects to here so that when you're cranking up your boat, it rests against the bottom of the boat here. And I've always made it stop on the bar here because I just knew that was an awkward fit and it doesn't really work well that way. So pretty much all the weight is resting on my pulley system here. I need to change that. And I found out that I can get this part from like Academy or order it online. So I think I'm gonna go to Academy and pick it up. Hopefully it doesn't turn into an excursion of really long proportions, but it looks pretty easy. I just figured out what that thing is. I bought a bunch of tools out here because I couldn't figure this thing out. Is it this one? Is it this one? But it turns out it's a 14 millimeter. So what I had to do was I had to put some spray lube on this bolt and then try to hold that bolt there too while I loosen it. So now I do have it loose where I can turn it. So I can turn it the right direction. Now I just gotta get this bolt out. But I have to loosen this off first to take the tension off of it and slide the boat back. So I'm gonna have to use some strength. See if I can get this done. Okay, I got it. I got the whole thing turned around. Now it's facing the right direction. I retightened the screw back on. I took the bolt out of there, which is there. And now we can simply pop this. Yeah. Yeah. That's what we're dealing with. And that was on a flat bottom boat. And a lot of you trailer people who know what this is about are probably thinking, how could I have not known? So no one tells you. How do you know? I got what I need off of here. So now let me make it to the store, see if they got what I need, so I can put one back on here. Stay tuned.
Keep forgetting. Link description below. And hey, Brandon, when are you gonna put that lift up?
She was about to put
make a video on it. Sweet.
Baby oil on her lips in place of Vaseline
So next time I come back,
or chapstick.
Operational 4-post lift.
In desperation.
And thank you.
Didn't want her man to help her at all.
All these cars.
Just in desperation.
In this back room where they do all the work. So
I asked
you guys so much
him.
watching this episode.
He just ignored me. So then I tried to figure it out. But he didn't tell me he had the best friend. So after he saw me grab the baby.
don't know how I ended up liking this girl. I don't.
Don't tell Mary.
I don't.
Pretzels. Pretzels are what did it.
Alright, quick update. This is what came off my boat trailer. This is the one that you just watched me take off. Now, it didn't work out as good as I thought it was going to work out. I actually took myself to Academy. Yes, Academy. I actually took myself to Academy Sports thinking, who else is going to have this if I don't have it? Academy doesn't have it. I can't find it on the internet anywhere. Where would I find this stuff? So I'm like, I got all my other trailer stuff from Academy because that's the place where you go to find boat stuff. And my Bass Pro is way too far away. So Academy is like the closest thing to me. And they didn't have it. So it's been quite a few days since that last video. Actually, it's been a week because I think it was last weekend I went to do that. And I figured I'd find it somewhere else and I'd try to figure it all out, and that way I can get to the video shot and you guys can see how to get this done and what I had to do it. That also didn't work out as well as I thought. So I basically found one online on Amazon. And the one on Amazon looks exactly like what I need. Except for the measurements. The measurements were way off. That's you. That's the guy she tells you not to worry about. As you can see, it's twice the size in all directions. Twice the size in all directions. So, here's what I was trying to do. I took this off, I got the bar and all that stuff down. Figured I'd just stick a new one back in there. But since this is, she's like 1.5 of these, it doesn't fit back in its original place. So I tried it. As you can see, the table, the bait station is covered in stuff. So I took this burner and I took this bar, and it was a perfectly L-shaped bar, and I tried to flatten it as good as I could get it, and I couldn't get it all the way flat. That is a super thick piece of steel. I could not flatten it properly, but I got it as flat as I could get it. And I put some measurements here because I was going to try to bend this up around here and actually make the bracket myself, you know, because it has holes in it, and the holes, you know, they match up sort of. So I was just going to go ahead and use that to do that situation. Then I realized that this is super hard to do without the right tools. I put it in a vice grip just to get it this far. I had to vice it down after heating it, and this is as good as it got. And I had been at it for a while. So we're not going to keep running with that. So what I did was I went online, got this off of Amazon. As you can see, it's a Smith block, 3 by 3 inch block, and it's designed to do exactly what I needed to do. The only problem is I don't have the bracket that fits it, so I had to order one. I ordered a bracket offline because that was going to be the best solution to get what we was trying to get. I have a few more days of waiting. I just really felt bad that I wasn't able to give you an update, because pretty much this is not going to make it to the end of this. It's not going to be done this weekend, basically, because they're promising me that I won't even get the item till like Tuesday, and today is Saturday. So that's going to be another updated video later. Once I get that piece, then I have to figure out how to put it back in, which means it'll probably be next weekend before I can actually put all this stuff together. This is turning into a 3-week project for something I thought was going to take an hour. Nonetheless, it will get done. We will be successful. It's just going to take a while. Don't forget about me. Stay tuned.
Coffee! Coffee, hot tea!
Coffee! What's the shovel name?
It's a spoon! Okay, it's back again. Can you sugar? Put sugar in.
I'm mixing it.
Stir. Oh, God. Look out.
Yo. The timer was knocked over, but time's up.
Tea bag.
Yeah, I knew it.
That's an ugly tea bag.
I cannot draw.
Son, I would have said that was a tea bag.
Thank you. Get out of here, guys.
Not a tea bag.
It's definitely a tea bag. That's the thing that goes inside the cup. That's a tea
Thank
bag.
you.
Like a shower.
Yeah, with the string and the little tag. That's the Lipton. It's Lipton.
Do I have to write Lipton on there?
Write Lipton's next time.
Gabby.
Family time, family time. All right, well, this part I've been waiting for here. Remember I bought this, and then I showed you the other piece, is what I just got in the mail. And I'm gonna see about sticking this whole piece, because it's much bigger here. But it's designed, let me zoom out, I'll zoom in. Let me zoom here. It's designed to go behind this and, you know, use this as an anchor as it pulls forward, and then it pulls everything to it. But I don't really like that idea, because the way it's shaped, I feel like they're just gonna run into each other, and this bar will end up pressed against the rubber unnecessarily. So I think I still want to go ahead and drop it down here. My only issue is this is the only hole on the back. I wish it was doubled so it can keep it from tilting and swinging left and right, because I feel like that's going to be my number one issue. Even if I did it properly, like put it around the sides like so, you still have to somehow bolt this into the sides of that, and without it making, you know, too much of a fuss. And then you still have to bring everything up. So I may do that. I may just take this whole piece here and take this whole piece off, take this piece off, drop, because I see it has plenty of holes in it, so I can make any adjustment I need to. So I'm gonna end up taking this piece here off, apply it to here, and then drop the whole thing down to about this area here, and that way I feel like I can still do everything I need to do. And being that it's almost 6 o'clock, I probably have about 20 minutes worth of light left. So with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and try to get started with it, because if I don't get started right now, I will not get done. Tell you right now it ain't gonna work, because that bar, it's in the right spot. Yeah, I think this is angled up too high and this is too far down, so I have to pull the boat over this rubber piece, which means I have to drag the thing across the rubber piece, which means over time, even in this first one, I'm gonna end up ripping this thing in pieces. So I think the best solution, truthfully, is to disconnect all of this stuff I just connected and separate this from this. I need to put this back where it was at and keep this low so that it'll pull it up and over that without any real issues. Because the way it is right this second, that's not going to work. It took quite some time. Okay, I don't have anything that lights up. I don't have any extra lights, but it took some time. And you can barely see it. I might have to come back and show you the rest of this in the morning. But I got it hooked here. It's got everything is connected. You just can't see it. But it's all connected from possibly what you're able to see. I got it back up here, connected properly. It's wired and connected to the hook here. And the bow stop is lower right down there. It's on there properly. And this didn't twist as much as I thought it might. So just need to lock the boat back down and see what happens next time I put her on the water. All right, I have got back to a place where I can sit down and you can see me interact with you. I got the piece put on properly, or for what I think is properly, but it will do the job for what I need it for right this second. I'm sorry I didn't have enough light to show you exactly what I was looking at, because all my headlamps are upstairs. That stupid flashlight doesn't work. You have to hold it in an awkward direction, and I don't want to do all of that. So it did go in properly. I hope you were able to see at least some of that and the difficulty it takes to get the right parts you need. I don't think that bracket is the right part. It's for a different kind of, it's for a roller. For a V-boat, but it also was able, as you can see, I was able to put a bow stop flat bottom boat mount on the front of it and still press up against the boat fairly securely. I do not wish to ever have to do that again. It was pretty quick, but it pretty much took, I want to say about a week and a half to put all this together. From the time I started to right now, it's been at least a week and a half between going to Home Depot, going to Academy, getting on Amazon and searching for it, doing Google searches searching for it, went to eTrailers where I actually found this piece at. So thanks to eTrailer, I was able to find something that worked, and they were able to explain that it still could work for a regular bow stop. So thank you to them, and I hope you had a quick chance to enjoy that small boat maintenance video, and we'll do it again. Hopefully not that exact same thing, but we'll do it again. So I appreciate you coming out here and spending your time and watching this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, you know, the usual YouTube formalities. And, you know, come back and see me again next week, please, you know. I love you all. Thank you for coming out again, and I'll catch you next time. I'm out.